At the time, my thought process was this, my philosophy was this. Okay, I look good on the outside, I'm healthy, I feel good, I look good on the outside. Sorry, I didn't feel good. I look good on the outside, I'm exercising, I'm moving, therefore I'm healthy. That was my logic. It wasn't very smart logic, but that was my logic. And so, I just want to address that a sexy outer doesn't equate to a sexy and optimal inner. And a lot of people are thinking that way. You might be thinking that way right now. I know I certainly did. It's worrying. And even when I made these shifts, there was still issues there. You only have to look at the rates of cancer these days to see in the last 50 years, the rates of cancer are spiking remarkably. And this is because the way we're eating. See, irrespective of the way I was eating in scenario 1 with the 10,000 calories, and irrespective, or the way I was eating in scenario 2 with fewer calories, 2,000 calories, the consequences still follow because I was still eating mindlessly. I was pushing myself towards a number of unfortunate circumstances, and those are, I was overburdening my stomach. When you overburden your stomach, you push yourself closer to achieving and attaining autoimmune type symptoms. You can harm the gut, and when you harm the gut, you push yourself closer towards cancer and serious issues. I was genetically manipulating my body in a toxic way. Each of us has around about 30,000 unique specific genes. And how we eat, where we eat, what we eat, all influence those genes and that genetic expression. It's called Nutrigenomics. Your genes can be manipulated by your nutrition, Nutrigenomics. So where you eat, what you eat, how you eat, when you eat, all those variables factored in can influence your genes for good or for bad. And unfortunately, I was going about it and it was influencing my genes in a very bad way, which is why all those bad consequences that I've just mentioned occurred. There was further issues that I was pushing myself towards. Depression. Why depression? Well, when you consume foods, obviously it doesn't just go in and out the other end. Something goes on. We can either consume foods that are viruses, that cause viruses in our body. Our body is a system, so we can consume viruses, or we can advance ourselves by consuming software stuff that brings vibrancy to our system. And when you put food into your body, it goes into your gut. And in your gut, it's called the second brain. You have a little community, not hundreds and hundreds of billions of microorganisms. There are 10 times more bacteria in the body than human cells. And you have a little community in your gut full of good guys and bad guys. The good guys are the good bacteria, the bad guys are the bad bacteria. And you need to have these in balance. And when they're not in balance, it changes that microbiome, it changes that community. And there's a messenger system that goes from the gut brain to the brain is based inside this bony cortex. And that messenger system is called the vagus nerve. And unfortunately what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas. Whatever's going on in the gut, it's been assessed in the gut, good or bad, and it sends signals up your vagus nerve to change your psychological state, or at least to send signals to change your psychological state. That's why at the frontier at the moment, they're looking into psychobiotics, how you can give someone a probiotic or a microorganism that can change their psychology. So if you eat mindlessly, like I did and like how many people do, these are some of the consequences that you could be experiencing right now under the threshold of conscious awareness, and you don't even know about it.